Those are all little glass shards. You've probably seen her running around a little bit. I never hit record. Alright guys, welcome back to a new video, new week of Project Van H. It's another beautiful day here in the Netherlands. It is a lot colder than yesterday and some days last week. Last week was pretty cold, but from the last video, the last day, it was really nice weather and I got a lot of spray painting done, and I just did another layer here and it's already not looking too great, so I still think it's too cold. Hopefully it warms up during the day. I really hope so. And otherwise I'll have to do that another time when it's a little bit warmer. It's not the most important thing. Today it's gonna be, there's not much to do today. It's gonna be a relatively easy day. I have to go through the entire floor and I'm gonna look for any rust spots. There's really not a lot of rust here. I've not found any, to be honest. Just little small spots like here and here, and I have to treat those rust spots and put some anti-rust on them to make sure that the rust won't spread. And then after that, I think I'm gonna lay out a floor plan for all the wooden beams, so it's gonna be a super easy day, and I hope you guys enjoy. Alright guys, I just got back from painting these panels. The sun started shining for a little bit. It's now back behind the clouds and it's instantly a lot colder as soon as the sun goes away. But it was just warm enough to get these panels painted, and I mean, look at how much better that looks. This is insane. It completely transformed the entire van. So I'm super excited. Just look at that, it's amazing. So we got that done. Now I want to do the front bumper and the back bumper, but that's all going to be later because it's not that important. And right now, the rust treatment. So as you can see, I got all of this. I sanded it completely down, and everywhere where there's black, that's where rust was, because I sprayed a little bit of this rust treatment on there. I did around 4 coats of it. It completely covered it, and it already looks a lot better. Now I'm going to put some primer and some anti-rust paint all over this area. And there's one small area over there where I found rust. But that's all the rust that I could find in this entire van. So that's a really good sign. I'm just going to paint this area and over there to prevent any rust from spreading. So super happy with how it's going. And I'll see you guys later. Alright guys, I never hit record. I had the phone completely set up and everything, and I didn't hit record, and I never checked if it was recording. So here it is, completely painted up. I didn't have any red paint, so I just used white paint. It doesn't matter, it doesn't need to look pretty at all. That's also done up there. Doesn't need to look pretty at all because there's going to be a flooring, and all of this is going to be covered up anyways. It's just purely so that no rust will spread, and I mean there's no other rust in the van, so that was it. Now I think I'm gonna lay out a floor plan. I have a diagram of where all the wooden support beams are supposed to go, so I think I'm gonna tape them out so I can see what it looks like and see where I need to cut wood and stuff. And this time, hopefully, I will press record. I'm back, and I just did the entire floor plan with some tape so that we can see where we want to put the wooden beams. The wooden beams are right there in that plastic tarp. And we're going to put them down on the ground as a support, and so that we can raise the floor a little bit so we can hide cables under there. So right here, everywhere you see the painter's tape, that's where wooden beams will go. So here there's a lot of support. We might add some more support here. We have the floor plans here. Well, this is the design that we're going with. This is my brother's an engineer, and he did all of this. And then here is the drawing of all the wooden beams where he wanted them. So I'm just doing what he asked for, of course. So that's where all the wooden beams are. There's might be one beam too much here and one beam too little there. Of course, it's all a little rough right now, but the reason we're doing this is so that we can see how it actually looks, and see, because now that it's here, you can actually be like, oh, too much support there, too little there. So it just looks really nice, and I needed to see if everything would fit, and it looks like he did a good job of measuring it up. So now I think the next thing to do is see if I can remove the rear steel bar thing, because I want to get that painted as soon as possible, because I like working on the outside of the van to make it look cool. Hey y'all, those were some of the hardest bolts I've ever had to remove. That was so hard. It's also freezing. It's not making it easier. I mean, my hand kept slipping and I banged into stuff. I was wearing gloves, but I mean, just completely numb. So that didn't help. So yeah, I'm gonna call it quits for today. The sun's starting to set. It's starting to get really cold. I did get a lot of the bolts off. I was about to give up, but then I got the first bolt and it came off. And then once you get the first one, it gives you hope. So I got a couple of them off, but I'm gonna have to continue tomorrow. I'll get the rest off tomorrow. I'm gonna get it painted tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow's Monday, so I should be able to get it painted. And if the weather's nice, at least. Which if it's like today, I think I'll be able to get it painted. It'll look super sick. I'm super excited. But that's all I can really do for today, so I guess I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, it's the next day here, and I'm currently in the van because the weather outside is terrible. So I'm in the van because I think if I were to stand outside, you wouldn't understand a word of what I'm saying. It is so windy, everything's falling over, and it's a late day. It's like getting a late start to the day already. So I'm not gonna get too much done today. I'm just gonna see if there's anything I can do inside, I think, because we have some packages that just arrived, and this is super cool. This is the insulation, which is gonna be going up on the walls, but that's all later. And we have this bad boy that just came in, the roof vent, which is gonna be going right here. So we're gonna have to cut out a hole there, and yeah, that's just to make sure that the circulation is good, and it's going to act as a window that you can put right here. But in order to install this, the roof has to be, it says somewhere on the box, the roof has to be a lot thicker, and this is just like a couple of millimeters thick, and it needs to be at least this thick. So I have to make a wooden frame, which we have to put up there so that it can support that. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm seeing if I can make that wooden frame, and just some things that I can do inside. So cut up some of the wood maybe for the flooring. It's too windy to do anything outside. So see you guys later. Sorry guys. I guess that just goes to show how windy it is. I'm going to stand here so you guys can maybe hopefully hear me. But yeah, it's crazy. You can see everything flying. And I'm going to try and show you guys from here because I don't want to go outside before you guys can't hear me. I got all the measurements. It took a while to do the math to figure out how I needed to do this because the instructions were not clear at all. The instructions actually didn't have anything, so I kind of just had to figure it out myself. But I got the measurements. I'm gonna go cut out this wooden beam into 4 smaller pieces, and then I'm gonna put them into a little frame. I don't know if I'm gonna kit them or screw them together. I think I'm gonna do a combination of both because that just seems like the most sturdy. And hopefully I'll see you guys when the frame's finished and I don't get blown away by all this weight. Alright guys, it's the next day here and the weather is still not ideal. It is less windy than yesterday, but it's really cold and it's more rainy. I mean, it's a little wet, it's gross, and I don't feel too good. And my mom just tested positive for the coronavirus. So there's a big chance I'll get it soon, but that's not going to stop me. So we're going to get some work done on the van. I'm going to try getting the floor plan, the floor wooden beams cut out to the right size and laying them out. The frame yesterday that I was working on, everything looks good. I had to change some things after I turned the camera off because I did some of the measurements wrong, of course. But it all looks good now, and that's all drying up, and I can't really use it until I cut a hole in the roof, and I really want to cut a hole in the roof when I know it's going to be dry for at least a couple days, which, if you look at this weather, is not really going to stay dry. So we're going to figure that out, and then we're just going to start working on the floor. Hey y'all, so while editing this video, I realized that 1 video per week is just not enough because this video is going to be way too long, so I decided to split this video up into 2, and then starting now I'm going to do 2 videos per week. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in part 2 of this video.